and have a little walk along the riverside in a minute. So hello everyone, my name's Andrew, as I'm sure you know by now. I won't get any new viewers, let's face it. And I like showing you places like this, beautiful places in South Scotland, and doing other things as well. So welcome to the Scottish borders on a reasonably crisp but not frozen Boxing Day. Right, down the steps. And then we'll go underneath the bridge and along by the river. It's a beautiful day. Good morning, Senator. How are you? How are you doing today? So this is the railway bridge. Very beautiful, old Victorian piece of engineering. Look at the cutwaters there, shaped nicely. And I like the echoes that you get in here. I don't like the graffiti so much, but I like the echoes. Hello, Martin. Pleased to be joining me, quite right. There's something not quite right about this, isn't there? Yeah. That looks nice in the sun. The golden light on the arches. Was that a lovely day for it, by the way? It is. So it's something like 4 degrees. It's not frozen. It's not too bad. The mud's all right. Private water, 250 yards ahead, it says. Notice, fishing without written permission is prohibited. Tickets available from Gala Angling Association in terms of the Rivers Tweed and Eye Protection Order. So the Eye is another river. It's to the north and east of here. It enters the North Sea at Eyemouth, believe it or not. Yeah, it's getting a little bit muddy there, but we can cope. I think we can cope with that. So we'll have a look on the river, see if there's any wildlife around. See if there's any herons or ducks. Oh, there's a duck of some sort. It just disappeared under the water. It'll come back up in a second. Hopefully. And still under where it is. Wherever it's gone. I don't know if it's going to stay in the same place. Quack, yes. I don't know if it's going to stay in the same place or if it floats downstream when it's under the... Oh, there it is. There you can see it. Zoom in. There we go. One duck. Oh, off it goes. Did anyone have duck for Christmas dinner? It's possible. Hello, there's me. Give you a wave. Don't know what kind of duck it is. It wasn't a mallard. It's something. No sheep in the field, unfortunately, today. Shall we flick you around? Yeah, plant-based parcels. Never eaten duck. Oh, duck is delicious. Any vegans cover your ears, but duck is delicious. It's a little bit greasy at times, but it's got a lovely flavour. So much more flavour than chicken, for example. Yeah, duck's one of my favourite things to eat. Even though I love, live ducks, I do like a duck, but yeah, they're nearly as nice when eating beef. It's what's for dinner. Not me. Yeah, duck is delicious, Martin. If you don't have any moral objections to duck, I would definitely recommend it. It is delicious. So parcels, are we talking like spring rolls or ravioli or I don't know what else? Cornish pasties. What did you have? Bigger than that. Oh. Like a beef Wellington, but without the beef. Just the Wellington. Phyllo pastry parcel. Ah, right. Okay. Sounds nice. I like a bit of phyllo pastry, but yeah. Nice. Nice to enjoy them. Hope you did. Did you see the, I'm going to call them groins here, because I like groins. Keeping the riverbank in place. I like a good groin. Only the one duck so far though. Which is slightly disappointing, but there you go. Might be a heron farther down. Shall I flick you around again? There's no, what are they called? I do like a groin, yes. Not spelled like that, well. Yeah. Yes, there's no Twitch request things. So if you want me to flick you around or give you a smile or scotch it right up or anything, then you have to say so. You can't just make a request. River's quite full today. It was raining quite a lot in the past few days, so there's a fair bit of water in that river. Oh, there's a heron. There's a heron over there. Let's flick you around and zoom. There. One heron watching the water. I cover the waterfront. Yeah, watching for fish. Apex predator. One of the apex predators on the Tweed River system. Good sign in the health of the ecosystem when there's top predators, herons and otters, because the herons eat the big fish and is that just a pigeon? It is, yeah. Herons eat the big fish, and the big fish eat the smaller fish, and the small fish eat the tiny fish, and the tiny fish eat the plants, and everything's healthy. Roasted vegetable parcels, mushrooms, chestnuts, carrots, parsnips, and kale encased in flaky pastry. I'm not a fan of parsnips, and I like the rest. Parsnips too sweet for a vegetable, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, sounds alright. Mushrooms and chestnuts are nice. Roasted parsnip, yeah, I would pass. I'd pass on that. I like carrots with honey. That is pleasant. But yeah, parsnips too sweet on their own, I reckon, for me. Dog. It's parsnips, roast potatoes, peas, sweet corn, onion rings. Delicious, I'm sure. That bird, is that a pigeon or is it something else? Because it's bigger than those crows. It's got markings on it. It's strange. Or did you just choose to not eat any meat? I like the trees on the other bank there and the rocks. It makes it look beautiful, especially in sunset like this. So I like the Scots pines there. There's a few of them. clinging onto almost those cliffs there. Chosen not to eat any meat for the past 35 years. Fair enough. Does that include fish? Fish meat? The meat of the fish? And a little bit, just a little bit frosty here, just a wee bit. A wee bit. Just a little bit of crunch. You don't eat fish, okay. You're not a heron, officially. Do consume dairy products, bit of a cheese addict. Right, yes, I'm with you. Understood. What's your favourite cheese? What's your favourite cheese, Martin? This is something we need to know. You're officially not a heron, yes. I've given you the stamp of non-heronness. I don't know if herons eat cheese, mate. My favourite is manchego. I think that's my favourite cheese. Gorgonzola, wow. Okay. One of the most meat-like cheeses around, in my opinion. Not sure if that counts for much. Yeah, it's mild but quite a pleasant nutty flavour, I find, manchego. But yeah, it is a good one. Fancy living in a house like that on the riverbank. Had some Harrogate Blue. What was that like? I'm not a fan of blue cheeses in general. A red blue cheese, I mean a purple cheese. But yeah. Well, thing is, I quite like the flavour of them, but they do unpleasant things to my stomach. So I do like eating them, but give me cramps, unfortunately. Or some of them do anyway. And I'm not willing to experiment and go through them all, you know. So I tend to avoid blue cheeses. The river's getting quite rough there. It narrows. You see how there's an island in the middle of the river? So it narrows into two channels and gets faster and deeper. And with the amount of rain that we've had, it gets pretty rough there. So I wouldn't fancy being in a kayak or a canoe very much there. It won't be long before we start getting snowdrops appearing here. This is one of the places I come to see the snowdrops. They'll be appearing in a month or two, I guess, depending on the weather. There might be some snow soon. Do I fancy being a kayak somewhere else? It's something I've considered. You know. I do see lots of people using them here. It's part of the border Abbey's Way. WA means Abbey's Way. Yeah. Maybe. I was walking different part of the river, a little bit upstream. Must have been in the spring, I guess. And there was a group of kayakers or canoeists coming past, and a salmon just about leapt into one of the boats. It leapt, just beside the canoe, and it very nearly landed in the canoe itself, with the kayak. And the guy piloting it was very surprised, to tell you the least. I nearly caught it on camera. Yeah, that'd be fun. When the fish start fishing themselves, that's a sign of a good healthy river. There's a couple more ducks flying upstream there. Fishing, but yeah, that's a very good point. No, honest officer, it leapt straight into my boat. Although, can't picture me in a canoe. You can't picture me at all. So, yeah, it's something I've vaguely considered, I guess. How rude, I know. I wonder if there's any sheep in this field. There's sometimes sheep and goats and belted galloways in this field. We'll have a little look. Probably not because of the construction. You just got up. 1 o'clock. My goodness. Doesn't look like any animals in the field. Always follow the countryside code. There's an airplane up there. Having a lazy day. Not me. I was thinking as I lay in bed that it looks like a nice day for a walk. Yes, it is a nice day for a walk. I confirm that. I'm still zoomed in a little bit. Yes, we are. Okay. It is a nice day for a walk. It's quite often, I go out walking every day, right? I'm going to have a look at my presents, and then I might make some buckwheat bread. So I go out walking every day, either walking or cycling, but walking at the moment. And frequently, even though I always do it, I frequently don't feel like doing it. But then when I get back, when I'm done my walk, it's very rare that I regret it. Very, very rare that I'll think, I wish I hadn't gone out. Yeah, it's my watch mix. There's D2. D2? Doe darling, you mean? Yeah, so although before I go out walking, I might not feel like it, by the time I get back, I'm pleased that I did. I don't know if there's some kind of a lesson in there. I mean, it's not exactly Aesop, but there you go. Let's flick you around again. I hear footsteps behind me. I shall move off the path. Cheers. Only the one heron so far. That's pretty. Step up so we can't see the fence. There, look at that. Nice. If we step back into the right a little bit, we get more of the tree in. I can't be bothered. Don't forget, you can always take screenshots. You can put them in my Discord if you want. It's always nice to see my Discord, my Discord filling up with screenshots of my streams. If you spot anything particularly screenshot worthy. Just keeping one eye on the water there, just in case there's any ducks or fish or anything. The path here is kind of narrow and muddy, so I've got to watch that as well. Right. Yeah, a little bit more frost here. Hope the picture quality is good. It's usually alright here. I didn't know if it, yeah, I know. So I was going to on Christmas Eve, but the wind was just too windy. There was an official Met Office weather warning out. And you wouldn't have been able to hear me sing or hear the music because it was that bad. So, yeah. First Christmas Eve in a few years that I haven't done any broadcasting. I didn't get the chance yesterday to go out around Edinburgh, which would have been nice. It's nice to walk along the canal or up into the city centre. But again, the weather wasn't good enough for that. If it had been this kind of weather yesterday, that would have been great, but it wasn't. But I might, very maybe, might do a late evening broadcast one day this week. That's a possibility. 7:20. 7:20? What? Huh? 7:20. There is one of Jules's favourite little houses. White house on the riverside. Screen quality, right. Good. And the bridge, other bridge, next bridge, the Bottle Bridge, so called. This tree looks really nice in summer and autumn. A tree has fallen over. I'll have to go around. Looks perfectly healthy, so it must have just been blown over by the winds recently. It's a shame. Lots of pine cones on it. Still on the Border Abbey's way, heading towards Melrose Abbey. Except we're not going there today. Well, I could, I suppose. Oh, it'll be shut. Never mind. Name of river, this is the Tweed. Its source is high in the southern uplands. Is it always this swift? Not quite. There's been a lot of rain recently. In Scotland, is this river considered a major geographic feature? Yes. So this river, the Tweed, it's one of the longest in the British Isles. The Tweed and the Clyde are two major Scottish rivers, and they almost completely bisect the country because they start just a few hundred metres apart in the same set of hills, and they flow in opposite directions. So the Clyde flows into the Atlantic, and the Tweed here flows into the North Sea. And it's historically very important for a few reasons. Firstly, at places, not here, but at places, it marks the border between Scotland and England. One side of the river is Scotland and one side is England in some places, further down. And it was a major source of economic wealth as well, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, you had shipping. Well, let's take a step back. Firstly, you've got the water sources, all the tributaries of the Tweed. They all provided power for mills. So you'd get, water wheels in the tributaries of this river, powering woolen mills. So you'd get the sheep grazing on the hills, and all of their wool would be sheared and then be made into fabric which was called tweed, named after the river. So that provided a lot of jobs for people in the area. And then you also had trade with the Netherlands and Belgium and France and so on. We would trade our goods, our tweed and whatnot, and raw wool, and then they would pay for it. So there was further downstream at Kelso, which is another of the towns on the river, there was a major castle, Roxburgh Castle, and there was also the Scottish Royal Mint for quite a long time, again on the Tweed. So the king had kind of a big military presence on the Tweed, and he had his exchequer, his mint on the Tweed as well. So yeah, it was in medieval times very important. And of course you've got the source of fish and fresh water and so on. So you had the abbeys in this area as well. So yeah, an important river geographically and economically as well. Thanks for the question. I'm glad you could answer. I think this set of steps here is out of action still. I have a feeling it's still blocked off. So we shan't go that way, we shall instead go this way. Scamper across the road. So, if we go downstream, let me just have a little look at my watch and see how much we've done. It's 5 kilometers, so I'll go away. Right, so we've got 700 kilojoules to do. Right, we'll go down onto the riverbank again, and then we'll double back. We might as well do that. So we'll keep on the riverside path for a little bit longer, then we'll come back this way, because I've still got to do another 700 kilojoules before I go home. Look at all the ivy up the lamppost, on the trees. Beautiful. Right, turn left and down this way. Somebody destroyed a sign. Duck. Ugh. So we'll see if there's any sheep or cattle in these fields. Now there's a sign up here about the battle which took place here in 1460s. No, it'd be a bit later than that. A bit later, early 1500s, I think, off the top of my head. So, Battle of Skirmish Hill, 1526, there you go. 25th of July, 1526. The high ground to your right front, now occupied by the Waverley Castle Hotel, there, is known as Skirmish Hill. Here on 25th of July 1526 occurred an event of some significance in terms of the relationship between the Scottish Crown and the noble families of the time. The 14-year-old King James V was returning from Jedburgh towards Edinburgh in the company of the powerful Archibald Douglas, Earl of Angus, with around 1,000 supporters, including the Kerrs and Humes. So although it's spelled Holmes, it's pronounced Humes. Walter Scott of Buccleuch, with 600 riders, challenged Douglas over the custody of the king. During the subsequent widely scattered action, Buccleuch lost 80 of his men. He was forced to withdraw, but not before many Douglas supporters had been slain, including Kerr of Cessford, sometimes called Carr of Cessford, cut down by a Buccleuch servant named Elliot. At Douglas's instigation, Buccleuch was immediately outlawed, although subsequently reinstated by the king as the Angus influence declined. It is said that the boy king watched the skirmish from the battlements of nearby Darnick Tower, so you can just about see the village of Darnick over there. Darnick Tower, so he was kept, James V, 15-year-old James V, was sequestered in a high tower as he watched the battle. And there are places, not just Skirmish Hill, but there are places around named after events that took place during the battle. So yeah, a little bit of medieval Scottish history, or Renaissance, I guess, perhaps. Right, I have to be careful going down here. Don't want to slide. Don't want to slide too much. I think we're safe. See over there, the grey building. That is a kind of a fishing hut. People can rent the hut and go fishing. So you get wealthy English people coming here, getting a fishing license and fishing here. Not just English people, but Americans and whatnot. Hopefully adding to the economy. Which would be nice. Red berries. More red berries. I do like the sound of the river. There goes a bird. A small bird's perched itself on the branch there. Let's see if there's more wildlife around again. This is a nice little viewpoint back towards the bridge. Very attractive. Oh, look at this mud. Ugh. Ugh. I'm glad I've got my nice proper walking boots on today. You hear the chirping of the birds as well as the river. I'll show you something in a second when I get past it. Hello. Now, do you see on the other side of the bank, there is, hiding there is, hello Gregory Phipps. How much is a fishing license? Expensive. Thousands, I think. So there is there a little fishing boat called a cobble, which is a small flat-bottomed fishing boat, which you can rent again and take it out into the middle of the river and fish from it. As we've seen me, well, not fishing, but one's chained up still. I've done a little bit of that. The low sun is making the grass look pleasant. There's some sheep. They're way off in the distance. Zoom in. They're mostly black sheep. Yeah, I think the grass is looking pleasant. with the shadows created by the trees. It's one of my favourite little walks on the Tweed, this section between the Bottle Bridge and the bowling club. I hear something. I can hear some chirping going on, but I can't see. The colours of the river are looking nice as well. The brown is turning gold in places when the sun comes out. It's pretty slippy here. There's a lot of mud. It's popular. There's a lot of people walking dogs here. So it shines up the mud a bit, unfortunately. Beautiful. Yeah, those colours are nice. So it's not autumn where you get all the leaves, but when you've got the low golden sun on the trees and the river, it looks pretty nice. That's the hotel up there, just under the sun. Recently bought, I believe, that hotel. Changed hands. There's the path to it. Yes. Ooh, squelchy mud. So yes, I might do a little late night, late evening broadcast one day this week. I shall look into that. I have kind of plans to do that. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to clean my boots. It's getting very muddy, like muddy. I hear an aeroplane. Propeller. Well, there it is. Let me see there. I'm wearing my yellow top hat. No, not today. I'll see if Marie Curie wants some volunteers in the spring. So that'll be about March or April. I might get to wear the yellow daffodil top hat. I'm wearing my grey beanie today. Look how flat the water is. I think from America, we'll see. The person who generally does that has seemed to have stopped. So I'll have to see who's coordinating it this year. But yeah, the water is absolutely flat here, isn't it? Remarkable. Yeah, if there's a collection nearby and if it's easy enough to arrange, then I'll be happy to do that again this year. Oh, it's still in working order? Yes. So, phone box is on long-term hiatus at the moment. I'm not doing anything with the phone box at the moment, but it's not definitely finished, but it's on a break for a while. Again, the river splits into two. There's a little island in the middle of the river there. I don't know if it counts as braiding, but I think that's the geographical term for it. Very muddy. Over the tiny little single arch bridge. Hello, Robin. Very Christmassy. Vicious wee bastards, mind. Oh, so muddy. Ugh. The sun isn't, surely the sun's not going down yet. No, only 1:30. It's still pretty low. It's a nice house. Do you want to fancy living in a house like that? I wonder how much that would cost. About 700,000 maybe? Maybe a bit less. Hello, JJ. The Mad Axeman, oh yes. Always. Happy Christmas. Nice to see old friends. I did register for the dog. I haven't registered for it. But I'm going to do it anyway. And I'll probably send them a donation. Because it didn't actually alter my behaviour at all last year. So I'll probably, as I say, I'll send them a donation. I'll remind people about it. But I haven't bothered registering, to be honest. See the little jumps for the horses there? The other riverbank over the other side is a nice walk as well, but we won't be doing that today. Right, careful here. Don't slip in. You can see there, that building's all covered at the moment in covering, because it's being repaired, I think. A major restoration project on that building. So I might, at some point, go up to that building and have a little look at it. See what it looks like when it's being restored. Because it should be easy enough to walk up to. From a couple of different directions. And there's some building marks up here. And I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. But there's been little bits of preparations done here that look as if they're properly doing whatever it is that they're going to do here now. But there were some deep excavations a while ago. Some digging going on. And now something is happening. It looks as if I have to go that way. Normally would continue on here. It looks as if we've got to go to the right. There have been people coming this way and they didn't say turn back. So I assume the path is fine. So turn right, everybody. So yeah, I do not know what's actually going on here. It would be nice to know. So there's a secondary path here, but again it's blocked off. There's a generator generating electricity. Oh, so muddy. George Leslie. I don't know who George Leslie is. Who is George and Leslie? And there's some proper industrial equipment. Right, so question is, do we go that way or do we go that way? Well, I think I'm going to go this way. just see if we can get back to the path along that way. If not, I shall stop anyway. Look, bikers, biking people coming on mountain bikes. And they're going to get very muddy, I can tell you. But good luck to them, I say. Hello. I think they must have taken the animals out of this field while it's being used as a diversion. That looks impressive. Be nice to know what was happening. Yes, I wonder what that big red thing does. Fascinating. So we're back at the normal path again. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to stop here, I think, because we're walking away from the riverbank. I'm going to be walking on the road, so I'll stop here, and then I shall go home, clean my boots before I take them off, and then, like I say, we might maybe do a late evening broadcast. Maybe do some drinking, maybe a bit of eating. I'll see what I want to do. So thank you for watching, everybody. Make sure you're following, obviously. Subscribe to me. There's a nice purple little shed there. Can you see the purple shed? There it is. Yeah, so I might see you later. I haven't decided about no, so I'll have to. Well, we'll review the current one, and then yeah, we'll choose new books once it's been reviewed. So I think that'll be next week, on the 8th. I think we'll do that. We'll see. Right. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Cheery bye, everyone. Have a nice 26th of December, Boxing Day, if you call it that. And yeah, happy Christmas, I guess.